Hey guys, Logicus here with the full completion walkthrough for Pirate Blooper. This releases on the 18th of August 2023. It was developed by Cool2 Interactive and published by Desert Water Games. It can be found in both the Xbox and Windows stores for $9.99. During launch week it has a 20% discount, and yes, if you buy both copies you'll receive a 2000 gamerscore stack. Pirate Blooper is a top-down pirate ship survival game where you'll need to survive several waves, collect treasure, destroy enemy ships and upgrade your own in between waves. There's a total of 10 achievements to earn. The last achievement that you'll likely unlock is for defeating 5 green ships which appear on wave 10 and above. The full completion is going to take you around 22 minutes as each wave is around 2 minutes long. So let's jump into it. Pick whatever pirate flag that takes your fancy. And then the controls are right trigger to accelerate your boat, left trigger to brake or slow down your boat, left analog stick to change direction, and if you hold down A, you can fire your cannon. The longer you hold down this button, the further your arrow or your cannonball will go. So rule of thumb is to hold it down if there's a ship far away from you. As it approaches or gets fairly near, just keep spamming A rather than holding it, and you'll do kind of a rapid fire attack rather than a singular long shot. What we want to do is maximize the amount of gold that we can earn each round. This is done by collecting trash in the sea, which I'm doing now just by sailing through it. The minimap in the top right is going to be your best friend. The red dots are enemy ships. The yellow X's are treasure chests, which we want to prioritize certainly on these early waves. That's going to give us the most amount of money. And then there's a purple submarine. These submarines are going to contest your treasure chests and going to beeline straight for them. So you're going to be competing with the submarines to try and get the chests while you're bumping into these yellow ships. Make sure you destroy those because they're going to continually chase you, and if they do get close enough, they will steal your gold. So the only way you can take damage on the first couple of waves is if you bump into things. So if you bump into a yellow ship or if you bump into the terrain, you're going to take damage and eventually lose your health. If the health bar completely depletes, your ship will sink and you'll lose one of the 2 lives that are located in the bottom left corner. If you do start running out of lives, you can purchase more of these in between waves within the shop. So in terms of gold, the trash is probably the weakest. Next, sinking the yellow ships is going to bag you around 20-25 gold. The treasure chests are going to give you in the region of about 150 gold coins. And then finally, on these lower waves, the submarines is going to give you 300 coins. However, the submarines are quite difficult to sink initially until you get some upgrades. So I made about 900 on this first wave. I could only really buy some speed here. I would have prioritized damage if I did get the full 1000. And then we move on to wave 2. In this wave I'm going to prioritize getting the treasure chests. So these are the yellow crosses on the minimap. Just make a beeline to those, killing any yellow ships that you come into contact range with. You'll notice that they have a transparent circle around them. If you do sail into that, they're going to become hostile and chase you down indefinitely until you sink them. So just be aware of that. Each level's completely random, so although it won't look the same as yours, the enemies and the treasure chests etc. will be on the map somewhere, just in different locations. I'm just trying to make my way to the treasure chest in the bottom right, hopefully getting there before the submarine does. It's looking a little unlikely now, and there's going to be one left at the top of the map. Once all the treasure chests have gone from the map, either picked up by you or the submarine, a load more will spawn in, and then you just make a beeline to go and get that. So I'm going to look to try and do a little bit of damage to this submarine. There is an achievement for destroying 7 of these, and once you destroy them, they will drop 300 gold. I found the best technique for sinking these guys is to go up close, just behind them, and then just spam A as quickly as possible. This is going to do like a rapid fire attack. And we don't have any damage upgrades, so we're just going to quickly spam this and try and get him killed before the round ends. Like I said, there is 7 of these, so do your best to try and destroy at least 1 submarine per round. It will get easier as you upgrade your ship. That's it in terms of the basics. Just prioritize getting as much gold as possible, getting those treasure chests before the submarines do, and if you can, sink a couple of submarines. What I will do is speak up at the end of each wave, just giving you a suggestion on what to upgrade depending on how much gold you have and what to expect in the next wave. So we are coming to the end of wave 2 here. we have over 2,000 gold, so I'm going to put both points in damage. Certainly prioritize damage early on, and then you want to go for a little bit of health and fire rate. Fire rate increases the range that you can shoot, but of course damage is the biggie here, because you'll be able to kill the ships within 1 or 2 shots, and then you'll be able to kill those submarines a lot quicker. So again, on wave 3, nothing much different here. We're just going to go around collecting as many treasure chests as possible. Once they die off, we're going to make beelines to the submarines and see if we can sink 1 or 2 within the round, and then we'll get to the end and into wave 4. So we managed to clear wave 3 with about 2,000 gold. We're going to stick 1 point in damage and 1 in fire rate, maxing out as much damage as possible. And then for wave 4, it's exactly the same as the previous 3 waves. So we're just going around collecting the treasure chests. Any yellow ships that would get in our way, get them killed off. And if we do scoot by one of the submarines, we are going to try and sink it with that extra damage. So just get up nice and close and then spam A rapidly, rather than holding it down, and you'll kill them relatively quickly. This method works on the later ships as well, so the bigger ships that we're going to bump into, what you can do is get up nice and close and just keep spamming A to take them out quickly. So we come to the end of wave 4, we've got 2,000, not quite enough to buy damage, but we're going to stick 1 in speed and 1 in fire rate just to get us around the map a little bit quicker and increase that rate of fire. On wave 5 here, we'll be introduced to 2 new enemy ships. So there's a red ship, which have a huge radius, and these guys are going to shoot back at you. So once you drive into their combat radius and they detect you, as I'm going to do now, they're going to make a beeline for you and instantly start shooting. What you can do is deflect their shots with your own. So if you manage to be both facing at the same kind of angle to each other, you can deflect each other's shots. So that's one way of defending your ship from their fire. And then once we get a little bit closer to him, we're just going to open up with a rapid fire, just spamming air. This is going to deflect any shots at close range. And we've also nicely lined up behind 2 submarines. So I'm going to rapid fire them up the bottom and get 300 gold for each of those. There's an achievement for destroying 5 of the red ships, which should come naturally by the time you got to wave 10. And there's also a medium ship on the map. So if you look in kind of the middle left there, there's a large circle with an X in it. That's a medium ship. That's going to take a little bit more to kill it. And it also shoots back at you with a banana. The banana can be deflected. So if you manage to hit their round with your own, you can deflect it and save yourself a little bit. And you will need to destroy 3 of those ships for one of the achievements. So probably not this round, but certainly 6 and onwards, we're then going to try and prioritize sinking those medium vessels because they drop 600 gold per kill. So we're finishing up with round 6 with 3,000 gold here. I'm going to stick one in rate of fire and one in health so we last a little bit longer. Now this is exactly the same as the previous wave, so there's a medium ship on there and there's also the red ships which are kind of labelled as a red arrow. I'm actually going to make a beeline to the medium ship. We're going to see if we can sink one of the 3 that we need for the achievement. We've also aggroed a red ship here, so we're going to have to deflect 2 sets of rounds. I'm taking a little bit of damage, but the red ship's disposed of, and then we're going to make a beeline to this big medium ship, just spamming our shots as we get close. That'll deflect any bananas they shoot at us and quickly sink him in record time. As you'll see, another medium ship has spawned in at the very top now that we've sunk that one, so I'm going to make a beeline towards that one, see if we can get another 600 gold. Remember, if you see any submarines, we need 7 of those, so just kill those as you go past them. You've now got a decent amount of upgrades, so you should be able to sink the submarines and the medium ships relatively quickly. So there we go, we have the achievement for Big Ship Hunter. So that one's out the way, and there is a couple of submarines kicking around here, so we're going to pick those off while we're going past. But nothing different than we did in Wave 6. Sinking those medium ships really paid off. We've managed to get 4,000 gold so we can do another upgrade to our damage. We probably won't need any more damage than that. We're going to be hitting hard now, so any future upgrades we want to put into speed, rate of fire and upgrade our health. This on wave 8 is exactly the same as 6 and 7, so we're going to have the red ships floating around as well as one medium ship and the submarines. So just make a beeline for the medium ship, get that sunk, get your 600 gold, kill any red ships that come into your vicinity, and you should already or probably have the achievement coming up for sinking 5 of those. And if you still haven't sunk 7 submarines, make sure you make a beeline for those as you come past them. So I'm getting shot in the bot by the medium ship here. We're going to go and sink him and get the 600 gold. So get up close, rapid fire until he's dead. Pick the gold up and then we'll move into wave 9. As we move on to wave 9 now, well, the upgrades are getting rather pricey. I'm just going to buy a speed upgrade. I can't afford anything else. And then as we move into wave 9, exactly the same as 6, 7 and 8. We're just going to prioritise sinking those medium ships, submarines, and if we bump into any red ships, just sink those as well. Try and earn as much gold as you can and we'll get our last couple of upgrades before moving into wave 10. So we've got a nice 4,800. We're going to buy fire rate and a little bit of health as we move into wave 10. At the very start of the wave, you should get an achievement pop for experienced captain. This is for reaching wave 10. The difficulty amps up a little bit here. You'll notice that there's a large pink circle. This is like a large cruiser. There isn't any achievements around defeating these, so you can completely ignore these guys. However, just behind him here is a green ship. The last achievement that we've probably got left is to sink 5 of these, which only spawn on waves 10 and onwards. You can spot these guys on the mini-map by having a green and red kind of circle. So just constantly beeline for those and see if you can get 5 before moving on to wave 11. Don't worry if you don't, we'll just finish off the last couple of kills like I'm going to in the video on wave 11. Sadly, the spawns weren't too great for the green ships, so I only managed to kill 3 out of the 5 that we need for the achievement. So as we move into wave 11, I'm just going to make a quick beeline to the green ships. I have managed to sink one there off screen with the large long shots. And then we're going down to this one just to the south and get that very last achievement and the full 1000 gamer score in around 22 minutes. If you found this guide useful, as always, drop it a like, and if you want to see more content from me in the future, please do subscribe.